So hey guys, namaskar, back with a new video. And before I go ahead, let me just ask you a couple of questions. Um, so have you ever tried to be aware of your pattern of thoughts? Have you really noticed your way of thinking? So today we are going to do that. Today we're going to do an exercise of a reflection wherein I will present a scenario to you guys, and you can and I'll give you three analysis of that scenario, and uh, and after that maybe you can understand, or you can choose one of the three scenarios to understand which what uh, pattern of thought you have, or what tendency of thought you have. So yeah, here goes. So let's just start with the scenario. So I know a guy who's kind of a neighbor of mine, as in not very close. I don't know him too personally, but I know him for a number of years, and he's bought a he's about what 40 or 40 plus something, early 40s, and he's bought a sports bike recently. It may be a new one, maybe second hand, doesn't matter. And yeah, so that's the scenario. And when I saw that, and what came to my mind is it a good thing? One, is it a bad thing? Two, or should I really be thinking in this binary way and label everything good or bad? So these are the three things that came to my mind, and based on these three questions, I'm going to present three uh, scenarios or analysis of that incident that I just mentioned. And so here goes the first one. So let's just start with the uh, good analysis. So typically, when you have a desire of a sports bike, or a sports car, or a great house, or a lot of money and all these things, they typically start uh, creeping up in your mind in your late teens or early 20s. And and yeah, that's the norm. So a guy who's maybe in his 40s, early 40s, or just 40s, a guy finally sort of achieving what he wanted since he was, say, early 20s or so. That's like, say, about 20 years. A guy achieving his dream in 20 years is good, in the sense that he's shown a lot of perseverance, and he's not given up on his desire, on his dream, and not let life sort of uh, take him down in terms of what he wanted. And finally he actually achieved what he wanted, and got what he wanted. So that's the good part. That's a good way of looking at that incident. And the second one, which is the bad one, is typically in a span of 20 years, people change. When you are not going to be the same person in 20 years, where the person of the person you were in your early 20s, you are no longer the person in your 40s. Or maybe the person you were in your childhood, when you were 10-year-old, you are no longer the person in 20. So you keeping a desire for 20 years, I mean, that sort of a desire, a materialistic desire for 20 years, it hasn't changed. That also shows that maybe there's a lot of rigidity in your mind. Maybe you've not really matured. You've still remained that at the bottom of your heart, you've still remained that teenage person, or that early 20s guy. You're still not really matured as you should have in the past 20 years. And that's why, that sort of a materialistic, or, it's okay, materialistic desire is not bad, but that sort of a minute materialistic desire still remained in your mind, and you pursued it for the 20 years of time, and finally you got it. So rigidity and sort of immaturity is something that I can attribute to negatively to this incident. And the third one is not looking at the thing in a binary way, as as in labeling it good or bad, and saying, maybe you can't just judge that person based on one action of his. And yeah, it's just one action. Maybe this one action, this desire remained in his mind at the expense of letting go many of the other desires which were of equal value when he was, say, in his 20s or early late teens or something. So maybe uh, by the by that one action of that person, you cannot judge the whole entire person. So maybe you can just give him a benefit of doubt, and just look at it just where, as just another incident, and not the entire person. So yeah, this is kind of the third option, that is giving him giving the person, giving a situation benefit of doubt, and not really judging that entire person or situation in terms of whether it is good or bad. So these are the three things that I just presented to you. The good thing being showing a lot of perseverance, the bad thing being maybe the person has not really matured enough, the person has not really changed enough. That means there's a lot of rigidity in the mind, and adaptability is it's not as high as it should be. And the third thing is that maybe there's a lot more than a lot more than just that one desire in that person. Maybe we shouldn't judge a person based on one of his actions. So yeah, so these are the three thought patterns, and I feel uh, by mentioning these three options, I think I am sort of presenting to you three options, as in how and what you agree to, and what you choose as the right answer. So yeah, this may sort of, after this may, it may also happen that someone has a fourth scenario, or a fourth option, or a fifth, sixth, or endless options. They can of course comment and say, yeah, this is the fourth option I can present, or fifth or sixth. But these are the three options I could think of, and maybe with these three options you can perhaps understand and be aware of what your pattern of thoughts are, and how you sort of tend to understand a situation at any given time. So I hope I've been able to explain this. So if you like it, like, share, subscribe. Bye bye. Namaskar.